everyone. As you can see, I've been posting a lot. Every once in a while in my lifetime, I have been connected, like connected. And this is one of them. And a few people keep on coming up into my understanding or my vision or my thoughts or whatever it is it comes up to. And I'm going to do a series on everybody that I have started to think about in the last couple of days. Now, don't worry, I'm not suffering. I'm taking breaks just like everybody else. I get out of the muck as just like everybody else does. But this is things that kind of like, oh, what about that guy? Oh, what about that situation? And I start getting a little bit of information, and then I get curious, and then I have questions. So the first one up, just letting you know, it's going to be a series. There's going to be quite a bit of videos coming, maybe 4 or 5. I don't know. It depends on spirit. Anyways, the first one up is going to be the Russian's daughter who died. So just watch this clip.
You may not realize it yet, but the events that happened were a pivotal moment in Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and I think might just change everything. When Alexander Dugin's daughter Daria died after a bomb detonated her car whilst she was driving home from a social event. To understand the gravity of this, you need to familiarize yourself with Alexander Dugin, an enigmatic figure people love to call Putin's brain or his spiritual leader, and that I like to call the supermarket version of Rasputin. He is alleged to be in constant communication with Putin, even influencing his speeches and policies, and it is rumored that he uses Dugin as a one-man think tank on strategy. But who the hell is he, and why is he so important? In the West and in Russia, people often refer to Dugin as a, quote, philosopher. But I think that this is a gross misuse of that word, because his philosophy, if you can call it that, is just that Russia needs to expand, like the empire it once was, and literally kill anybody who doesn't agree with that.
Я думаю, убивать, убивать и убивать больше, разговоров никаких не должно быть. Как профессор, я так считаю.
As you can see from this clip, Dugin refers to himself as a professor here, which highlights how much of a weirdo he truly is, because he doesn't have any qualifications to do that. He attended an aviation institute for a while, but didn't receive a degree. He's just a warmonger with a long beard and a cult leader outfit. And in my humble opinion, he does not deserve the title of professor nor philosopher, so please, please stop calling him that. You see, people find him interesting because he dabbles in intriguing and spicy topics like Freemasonry, the occult, and the paranormal. And just the fact that Putin listens to his pseudo-intellectual nonsense shows us how truly unhinged Putin himself is just by association. Now, whilst the sins of the father are not the sins of the daughter, Daria Dugina was a strong believer in what her father preached. And she was 30 years old. She was not a child by any means. She would regularly go on Russian TV and call Ukrainians defending their own homeland death.
Здесь очень важно понимать, что Азовсталь и те нацисты, которые там сидят, это смерть. И то, что сейчас происходит, это отвоевание. Русские пытаются отвоевать у смерти вот этих вот мирных жителей.
And she would cheer on the Russian aggression towards Ukraine. Her words and their words had no consequences for a very, very long time. They could say anything they wanted on Channel 1 News, call for bloodshed of innocent people, and get away with it. But all of this changed 2 nights ago when suddenly all of the pro-Kremlin propagandists realized that they, and more terrifyingly still their family members, might actually become targets because of their words. There is going to be resistance. Another thing to note is the fact that her car was blown up, which was a signature move for Russian mafia violence in the 90s, which, by the way, Putin was kind of credited with ending. This was very, very symbolic. And it is now rumored that all the pro-Kremlin propagandists like Margarita Simonyan and Solovyov, which I have made videos about in the past if you want to go check that out, are having meltdowns over the fact that they suddenly don't feel so invincible anymore.
Okay, so now that you listen to all of that and have the background in that, I want to know why. Why? Why? There's a lot of speculation. As you can see, there's a lot of, thinking and wondering and stuff like that. But I want to know why. Okay, now let's ask the question, Why did it happen? What is going on? Why did it happen? I also have my seer out. So once I lay these down, I'll be able to do some clarifiers and find out what's going on. Okay, so the impression I have, and this, I don't know where this comes from, but the impression I have is he wanted his daughter gone. I mean, I don't know where this comes from, but I literally have the impression that he himself is the one that put a hit out on his daughter. Now, entertainment purposes only, but that is the impression that I keep on getting. I don't want to say it out loud. I don't want to think it, but that's what comes up. So, oh, I don't know about that. Is he crazy? He nuts. He crazy. Apparently, he's a sociopath, just like Putin. Okay. Let's see what this. Let's see what the cards say. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Conflict with the Queen of Swords. The Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords comes off right off the bat. So I'm going to split these in half like I'm playing poker and do some clarifications down the line. But it literally says the Knight of Swords, conflict, and then the Queen of Swords, which is covering up the hurt. So there's something in there that something about his, but let's see. Let's see what the rest of the cards have to say. Quick-witted. She was incredibly smart. For him, it was a positive change. For her, she wouldn't take a deal. Disconnected. She was turning in a way that he didn't want her to turn. So this is her card. Deals offered. She wasn't looking at it. She didn't want to do what he wanted to do. And he was the star. So he was telling her, this is the way we should do it. This is the bright hope. This is going to help. And she's like, no, I'm not taking it. Okay. This doesn't mean that he's the one that did it. I'm just saying that was the impression I got. But I'm getting into the relationship he had with his daughter. She was not always on board with what he wanted and what he was saying. Discipline. So completion, success, fulfillment. Again, his ideas. Dominating the world, completion, let's, all of that. And she gets the Knight of Pentacles, which is that loyal, like career-oriented, disciplined. So what he was proposing did not fit into her disciplined life, her loyalty life. So there's something, oh no. Okay, I'm getting a little different feeling about this. Public recognition and victory, and then tradition, hangman. So she was the tradition, hangman. I'm here. I'm loyal. So different viewpoint. It's also the hangman. I have to figure out if this man was trying to be the next leader when Putin dies or he leaves. and she wasn't having it. And she's a traditionalist, and she knows her father. Okay. Holding on, stingy, wanting it all, wanting, oh no. Creative talent. Okay. King of Cups, strength, social diplomacy. I think he was trying to be the next one and learning. She's like the page. No, don't do that. Not a good idea. I'm going to tell people. That's what I feel. That's what the cards are saying. At first I thought maybe he was disloyal to him, but I think he has a plan to be the next in charge. He's that delusional. That's the reason why he's been there the whole time. That's the reason why he has Putin's ear. And his daughter is more of a loyalist. She didn't think that that should happen. Okay, that's why. Now let's see what the ramifications of his actions are going to be. Or the fact that it happened. Like I said, this is all speculation, right? No science to it at all, but that's my feeling, that's my thought. I'm going to ask the question, how does this change the trajectory of Russia? I don't know. I mean, I get a lot of celebrations. So something is happening, something is coming up that they're going to be celebrating a lot. The celebrations, the Queen of Wands, the vigilance, the Queen of Wands, the celebration. So Russia's going to be celebrating something. And it also talks about the Page of Cups, which is the romantic visionary, the message, the creative beginning, and abundance and the new beginning. The abundance and a new beginning. But we also have underneath their diplomacy is the Fool, another new beginning card. Underneath the celebration, they've had to defend themselves to get there. I also have the Ace of Cups underneath the creative beginning, which is another new beginning. And then the constant effort in that. So the stress and the worry comes out over what they have to do in the Queen of Cups. This is very feminine, incredibly feminine, satisfaction and completion. Now, I'm thinking the trajectory of this, there's apparently there's an ending because they're all doing a new beginning. I mean, it's going to be a new beginning if Putin dies. It's going to be a new beginning when the war is over. It's going to be a new beginning and a celebration on that. So, all right, that's what I got for this situation. Hang on, and I think I have Julia Assange is going to be in the next one. So thanks, everyone.